Good morning, everyone. It's Ann Ferrillo here with StampWithAnn.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Auburn, New York. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's Wednesday, February 19th, and it's a cold one up here in Auburn. Feels like 5 degrees outside. Yesterday was even colder, and there's snow on the ground. So, but we're lucky. We haven't been hit hard like where my son lives up in Clay. They just got pounded, and then Oswego was even worse. So there's been a lot of snow up here in central New York, and I'm ready to get out of town, and I can't wait for March where we're heading over to Florida and then coming back through to North Carolina for this on-stage Stampin' Up! Event, and I'm super excited about that. So anyways, thanks for joining me today. If you guys are watching on my YouTube channel and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, and then after you subscribe, hit the little bell so that you get all my notifications of when I post a video or when I go live. And then if you're watching me over on YouTube and you're not YouTube, Facebook. If you're watching me on Facebook and you aren't following my page yet, make sure you follow my page as well. And also leave me a comment. I love to go back and read all the comments. I try to answer most of them. I try to answer all of them, actually. But let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Claudia. How are you? Hi, Lori. What's my video schedule? Okay, my video schedule. So I go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So those are my 3 days that I do my lives, and I'm always sharing my card class kit to go during my live sessions. Now, tomorrow, if you guys, there's a link down below for my blog. I'm on a blog hop. Our Team Stamp It blog hop is tomorrow at 7 p.m. We launch it. And if you leave a comment on all of our blog hop pages with Stamp It contest, you'll be entered to win a, what was it? The Painted Wishes kit. So it's always a lot of fun, and our theme for this blog hop is Spring Fling. So I'm super excited about the card I made for that. And I'll probably do a video today and post it with my blog so that you get all the instructions on how to make that. But anywho, yeah, that's my schedule. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11. I might change it up in the summer to 10 because we get such a short summer here, but I don't know. I think 11, I'm going to keep it at 11. I've been doing 11. I like 11. Okay, so let's get started. I just want to pop down to my craft table real quick, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so this week, my card class kit to go is the Happy Hibiscus bundle. And I've made 3 cards, and I have to share these with you. I went a little bit more this week because I really got into all the die cutting. But this is the first card we made on Monday. Really simple. I love Melon Mambo, black, and then the Granny Apple Green together. And you kind of see I used the Wink of Stella on the card for the flowers too, just to give it a little bit of, sparkle. So anyways, that was our card we made on Monday. And then I just put thanks for being so kind. And then this is the one we're going to make today. This is also thanks for being so kind. On the inside, I stamped You Make Life Better. And that is from the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set. And I'm going to share again, if you didn't catch my live Monday, I shared how to do the Hybrid Embossing Folder. I'm going to show you again just really quickly how to put that together, and I'll share some other information about it when you're using that. So that's one we're going to make today. This one I absolutely love. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I cased this from Rochelle Block. She's an artisan from a Stampin' Up! Artisan from Australia. So she used different colors, but I basically cased this pretty much from her design. And I just love how this turned out. And then on the inside, it was just happy birthday. Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with my card club, I mean, not my card club, my weekly card class kit to go, if you place an order in my online store for $45, I send you enough supplies to make 6 cards. And that's 2 of each design. The only thing I don't do is the stamping, and I don't do the die cutting if it's with the specified bundle that I'm featuring that week. But I would include like this die cut. This is from the Nested Essentials dies. And anything that's not in my bundle, I would include those die cuts as well, or if I've used a different embossing folder. So anyways, that's my thing. And if you spend over $55, hi Joan from Washington. If you spend over $55, I include a thank you gift of a pack of embellishments. So yeah, anywho, let me take a sip of my Coke Zero here. So let's get started. The first thing here, let me share with you the Happy Hibiscus stamp set. So that's the stamp set. And it's 2-step stamping method, which if you're new to stamping, that's where you have, like this is the outside stamp, and these are the inside. So these usually you do a darker or lighter color, and this on the outside you would make a darker color to make it stand out. And I think I did that on my first card, like this. Well, actually this is a little different. I used the Full of Life Designer Series paper, and I just stamped this in Melon Mambo, and then used the embossing folder to cut it out. Okay, so that's the stamp set. And here is the, here are the dies. So you've got a nice label die. You've got, this is, I'm gonna show you how to do this. This is another little label die, but I love these cute little flowers too. So let me quickly show you. For this particular card, I just cut and embossed the flower out at the same time. I didn't do any stamping, and I'm going to show you my technique for coloring that in. And the same goes for this one on the inside as well. See how pretty that is? I love how that turned out. So what I did was I cut a 4x5 piece of white cardstock, and for this to work, you simply take your die cut and you fit it in here. If you can see, oops, I got it backwards. If you can see that, see right there. So it's got like little grooves, and you can kind of snap that into that where those grooves are, but it's loose, so you have to hold on to it. And then I just came in and see it slipped right there. There, I came in and I just put my basic white cardstock. It's kind of hard to do it when I'm trying to talk at the same time. There we go. And I put my cardstock in there. See? Just like that. And then I ran this through the cut and emboss machine. Now, I will tell you something. Don't try to, you can do it. It's not going to turn out good. Don't try to just go in and emboss this. See, we've got these right here. And then take your die cuts and put it down and then run it again through the cut and emboss machine. Because what you'll do is you'll flatten out these puffed up pieces, you know, because you're smushing it down when you go to die cut it. So don't do that. Just use it how it's supposed to be used. All right, so let's get started. Just a little tip from me. Oh, and guess what? I also made a matching envelope with this too. So don't forget to do your envelopes, guys. So in your kit, you're going to get all this. I'm going to include that. I went ahead and pre-cut everything before this class today. So here's our nested essential dies. Here are the 2 flowers that we're going to color. And I also die cut these out, just basic white, and we're gonna color these with Old Olive. I'm gonna show you how to do that. And then here's our little flowers. Okay, so the card base starts out with just basic white cardstock. And, oh, I used thick basic white cardstock, sorry. Just because I've got a lot of layering going on and the card will stand up better to that. So I'll put that over there. Here's our beautiful, isn't that pretty? Our beautiful embossed petal pink. And this is Flirty Flamingo. Those are the colors I paired it with. And this is the inside panel, which we're gonna do later. So let me grab my glue and let's start attaching some things, or adhering some things, I should say. Okay. So if you guys are watching and you aren't subscribed to my email list, make sure you subscribe, because while I'm away on stage and in Florida, getting some sun and warm weather, I'm going to be running a few specials on my blog and on my email for my email subscribers as well. So make sure you subscribe. Okay, so here is the, oops, make sure I get that over there good. So these measurements, oh, and also I give you a PDF tutorial with your class. So you get all the directions and measurements on how to do this. But this measurement is, well, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And the pretty, not the flamingo, Flirty Flamingo is, what is it? 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I leave that little 1/8 of an inch around the side. Sometimes I don't like that, but sometimes I do. So now we're just gonna adhere it to the card base. Now, most of you guys that are watching me know I like glue. It gives me a little bit of wiggle room when I go to lay something down. I do use Stampin' Seal or Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm gonna put that like that. For the inside panel, just because, oops, there we go. Oops, 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 oops. See, I'm moving it around a little. There. There we go. So that's our first panel, or our base card, I should say. Now let's get to some coloring. So I'm going to be using, let's do these leaves real quickly. I should have done some of them before I got online here, but I didn't. I'm using our blending brushes, and I'm using Old Olive. Now there's a couple things you can do. If you want, you can just do a strip like a 2 by 4 piece of basic white and color, use your blending brush and lay the ink down. Or you could do it like this. I did it like this. I don't know why. But it works. And you just want to, if you can see, I'm just putting that ink just around. And I leave a little bit of, you can make it darker towards the tips. It just depends how you like it to look. So there's one. Let's do another one. And you always want to come off on your page just a little bit before you lay it right down so you don't get a big blob of ink on whatever you're blending. So I'm just doing this. I hope you guys, wherever you're at, you're having better weather than here, because it's not been very nice. It was funny, yesterday I was telling my husband I hadn't been out of the house in like 4 days because it was really cold. Okay, so we're going to do the third one here. Now, the other thing I forgot to mention is that this bundle, the Happy Hibiscus bundle, is part of our online exclusives. So you're not going to see it in a catalog or a brochure anywhere. You'll see it if you go onto my website or my shopping link there. Just look for online exclusives, and that's where you're going to see that. That's the third one. Now I do have some new online exclusives that I'm going to be sharing just in a couple weeks. We've got pre-orders going right now for our new online exclusives. And I'm super excited about Onstage because we get a preview of the new catalog coming out in May, and we also get the opportunity to pre-order before that catalog comes out. So that's the advantage of being a demonstrator. Plus the discount. Plus all the friends we make. I love all my stamping friends. Okay, I just want a little bit darker. Okay, there's the fourth one. See, isn't that pretty how it comes out? Okay, so that was all Old Olive. Now we're going to do this. Let's do the big one here. See if I can, let me move my stuff up so you can see better in the camera. All right, I'm going to start out with Petal Pink. This is a pretty light color of ink. I'm just going to take my small blending brush. Look at that. And I'm just going to rub off of, but I want to do the center in that Petal Pink color. Now, as you guys are doing this, you can add as much ink as you want, or you can leave it a little lighter. It's just all in a personal preference. So there's my Petal Pink, and I might come back through and do a little bit more, but I'm going to start now with my Flirty Flamingo. So again, I'm just rubbing that blending brush, taking it off to the side, and now I'll start putting down some of that ink. And the harder you apply with your hand, the more color, or the darker you're going to get that as well. So I just kind of move it around gently. And I put a little bit up here on the top. And I probably want just a little bit more definition around the bottom. A little bit more color. See how that's coming out right there? There. It's good for the shadow or the shading effect. Now I am going to come in with some more Petal Pink because I want a little bit more in the center. Now see, I went harder around that center part because this is a pretty light ink. So let me bring that up so you can see that better. Isn't that pretty? I still think I want to get a little bit more of my Flirty Flamingo right around here. There we go. That's enough, I think. Okay, I'll stop playing. Thanks, Joan. It's pretty, right? Oh, what am I doing? We still need to do this one. Duh. Okay. So again, I'm going to do the Petal Pink right in these raised areas in the center. Oops. Oh, shoot. I don't want to get the ink on my hand like the mess up I had on Monday. Okay. Okay, now let me add a little bit of my Flirty Flamingo. I love blending brushes I love my Stampin' blends. I'm really going to put a little bit more pressure now right around the edges. Oops. Just around this edge a little bit more. Okay, and I still want a little bit more petal pink right in the center here. There we go. Okay. Let's close these inks up so I don't stick my fingers in them. Okay. So see how that came out? Oh, I kind of got to show it in the light more. There we go. So that's pretty. Okay, so now let's do some stamping. I've got a few things to stamp. I'm using just the flamingo, Flirty Flamingo for stamping. Now for my weekly card class kits to go, I try to like not go overboard on different inks or things, so we can kind of keep it fairly simple. Now look at this, is a big tag, right? I want to leave enough room around here, so I'm going to off-center it a bit to make sure that I've got room to put our flowers. There we go. Oh no, I still need that. So let's clean this stamp off. And we'll come in with our other sentiment. Put that up there. Let's see. You make life better. So hopefully I got this pretty straight on my stamp, on my block. Let me test it. I just like to test it a little. Let's see. Yep, that's pretty good. So it's 48 and cloudy and rainy there in Washington. Yeah, it's 5 degrees here and snowing. Okay, so let's just stamp this right in the center. There we go. Perfect. Clean that stamp off. And let's go ahead and put this on our inside. I don't like to waste it. So when I usually am die cutting things, I try to use all of my pieces as much as I can. And I liked this, I love these flowers, by the way. The hibiscus reminds me so much of Hawaii. And my grandmother was part Hawaiian. She was half Hawaiian. Okay, so that's going to be for the inside, and we'll finish that off in a few minutes. Now let's put this card together for the front. Okay. I'm going to put this up on dimensions. Oh, gosh. Bring all these pieces in. And I'm just going to, before I do all that, I kind of arrange it without putting any adhesives down, just so I can see where I need to place my die cut elements. So I kind of just, now they're going to all move around, but at least it gives me a good idea of where I'm placing things. So that looks pretty good. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to kind of leave these around. Now you can use a glue dot if you prefer. I've got my glue out here. I'm just going to start using that. Oops, I put a lot of glue on that one. Now, as you can see, I don't glue the whole thing down. This adds dimension to your card. when your leaves are a little floppy or not all the way down, I should say. You've never been to Hawaii, Joan? I've been there several times. My grandma used to live there, so we would visit her quite a bit. Then my husband and I went on our honeymoon there. It's very pretty, but we live too far away now. I wouldn't take that plane ride anymore. It's too long. I think I just want to kind of overlap that a little. Now let's see. There we go. I'm going to move that up a tad. Just like that. So we'll use some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put them all around here. You guys know I'm crazy about dimensionals. I should buy stock in them. Okay, and I'm just going to take these off. And I want to make sure I'm positioning this properly on the card, the die cut here. You see your little flower. Just remember, because sometimes I've done it before. I'm like, oh, I messed that up. Okay, there. So that's that one. Now these little flowers, I'm gonna pop these up too. So we'll put our glue away. I need to order more mini dimensionals. I ran out. So I do have to place an order today. So I'm just gonna use these. I try not to waste, you know? There. Okay. So let's take this off. I put the big one over here. I put two small ones. Put one right here. And then we'll put another one over here on the bottom. Towards the bottom anyways. And just like that. Okay. The last thing I want to do, well, not quite the last, but I'm going to add some iridescent faceted gems because I like how that added a little sparkle to the center. Let me get this out. My poor husband, he's out there shoveling the snow or snow blowing it. I worry about him sometimes when he's out there. Okay, so I'm just placing these right in the center. There we go. And then the last thing I want to do, no, not the last, I still got to finish the middle, the inside. I'm just going to tie a little double bow here. And this is the Baker's Twine 3-pack, I think it is. Baker's Twine 3-pack. And it's got the Flirty Flamingo, I think it's Lemon Lolly and what is that color? Balmy Blue. And this is in our annual catalog. So I'm going to take and cut this. And this is how I do my double bows. I just kind of, you know, take it and cut us. So I got 2 equal strips, and then I just tie it like so. Now I do have a little bit of waste. It's the tails that I waste a little bit of. But I just kind of pull those tails back until I get the size of the bow that I want. There we go. It's still a little too big for me. There. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to cut these tails off. And before I adhere that, I want to go ahead and pop this up. Look at that. It's so pretty. My dimensionals. So I'm just going to pop this up right in the center. Oh, I got to add another one. I should have put it down there better. Okay, enough. I go crazy on these things. So this bundle, it's really a lot of fun. And I just love the tropical floral arrangements you can make with it. And especially when you're crafting during the dead of winter, it just makes everything brighter and cheery. So here I'm just going to kind of measure that right in the center. I'll get that. And then where did my bow go? Here's my bow. I'm going to put this right on there with a little mini glue dot. Thanks, you guys, for coming on and watching this morning with me. I hope you liked the card that we put together today. Put a little glue dot there and kind of fix that up a bit. Now see, this is why I did it last, because now I don't like it when it hangs off the card. I have to snip it a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now for the inside, we'll just finish that off real quick. And I will use my Stampin' Seal. Now, remember, I'm not a huge fan of this because if I get it crooked, it's harder for me to try and fix it. So let's try and do this right. So what I do is I kind of just measure the top corners and hopefully that's good. There we go. Perfect. So that is our card for today. I love how it turned out. It's so pretty. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for coming on and watching today. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you at 11 on Friday. So come and join me for that last card. I'm super excited to make that one because it's just gorgeous. All right, have a good rest of the week. Bye, everybody.